What would you do if the person you trusted most in the world betrayed you in the most intimate way possible, sabotaging your future to fit their own desires? In today's story, the protagonist is faced with a nightmare scenario after his fiancée admits to a shocking deception, and his response is a masterclass in standing your ground. My name is Liam. I'm 29 and I live in England. For years, my partner, Chloe, and I were on the same page. We had many long, involved conversations where we both agreed we wanted to remain a child-free couple. This was a cornerstone of our relationship, a future we were building together. We were even due to get married in just a few short weeks. But then, about 2 or 3 months ago, something shifted. Chloe started dropping hints, suggesting that maybe kids might be an option for her someday. This made me deeply insecure and unhappy. It wasn't the life I wanted, and she knew that. My stance has always been categorical: I don't want children. To reinforce my position and ensure we were protected, I started using condoms, even though she was on the pill, for double protection. I even booked a vasectomy through the NHS, because with money being so tight, I knew I couldn't afford to go private, which was yet another reason having children was out of the question for me. The floor fell out from under me one morning. Chloe sat me down and told me she was pregnant. I was stunned. I asked her how this could have possibly happened when we'd been so careful. That's when she admitted it. She confessed to not only stopping her birth control pills weeks ago but also to methodically piercing holes in every condom we had stored. Chloe confessed this as if it were a minor transgression, a white lie in the name of love. She was completely unaware that this single admission, born of a desperate desire to trap him, would become the very key to his potential freedom. She told me she had actually taken the pregnancy test 8 weeks prior and had been keeping it a secret, hoping I would magically change my mind. She'd already told her friends and was resolved to keep the baby. The trust between us evaporated in an instant. I told her I couldn't marry into a relationship that was built on such a monumental lie. I asked her to get an abortion, but she refused. My mind was racing. I remembered reading things online, comments from strangers offering advice in situations I never thought I'd be in. One piece of advice always stood out: get proof. And here she was, admitting everything. As people online often say, what she did wasn't just a betrayal, it might be illegal. One commenter pointed out that reproductive coercion has been illegal in the UK since 2015. Another mentioned something called stealthing under the Sexual Offences Act of 2003, explaining that if an act falls outside of the conditions you agree to, it's non-consensual. I had not consented to this. We are now in the process of cancelling the engagement. Chloe is furious, accusing me of ruining her life. I need to be clear about my feelings on this. I do not like kids. For me, it's the same as disliking dogs or cats. It's just my preference. My complete lack of interest in children is one of the many reasons it would be idiotic for me to become a father. The situation escalated quickly. I spoke to a lawyer who gave me a sliver of hope. He advised that because we aren't married, I won't automatically be added to the birth certificate. Chloe could still claim I'm the father, but without my consent to a DNA test, she'd have to get a court order. My lawyer believed that since I was coerced and have evidence, she and her family might back down. He also advised me not to waive my parental rights just yet, as it could imply I believe the child is mine. So for now, I just have to wait. Chloe admitted that she had tampered with our protection about 3 months ago because she knew my vasectomy was scheduled for the following week and she thought I'd change my mind. She has the right to refuse an abortion, and I have the right to refuse any involvement. I blocked her from all mobile communication, but the letters started arriving at my parents' house. The third letter contained a scan of the embryo and a formal request for a DNA sample. The scan confirmed she's 13 to 14 weeks pregnant, meaning she hid this from me for a very long time. In the letter, she stated she will take me to court if I don't offer to help. The more she pushes, the more I resent her. On my lawyer's advice, I refused the DNA test and instead sent her screenshots of our conversation where she admitted to everything. After that, she went quiet for a bit, but the silence was broken when she began pursuing legal action, seeking a private arrangement for child support. This revealed Chloe's greatest flaw, her belief that her desires superseded all else, including ethics, law, and my own life. It was a blinding entitlement that would ultimately seal her fate, turning any remaining sympathy into cold, hard opposition. The amount she wants for this bag of cells, as I see it, is triple the government recommended amount. It feels like she's trying to get me to admit paternity just so she can keep me. To make matters infinitely worse, I just lost my job and have no savings. I feel like my life is being ruined. Then, her parents got involved. They hit me with a court-ordered DNA test or the option to pay child support with no involvement. I have no money for a legal battle. I dug my heels in, stating that her actions could involve the police. My own parents are now pressuring me to reconsider, trying to find a positive and saying it might be the best thing to ever happen to me. Every time they say it, it makes me feel physically sick. I can't sleep. I can't focus. I am terrified of my life being destroyed by someone else's deception. Amidst all this chaos, I did one thing for myself, for my future. I went through with the vasectomy. The fight isn't over, but that, at least, is a choice I got to make for myself. This ordeal underscores a powerful lesson. Reproductive coercion is a profound violation of trust and an illegal act of betrayal. Standing firm on your boundaries, even when facing immense pressure from those closest to you, is not selfishness, it's survival. What do you think is the most important step someone should take if they find themselves in a similar situation of reproductive betrayal?